Hey there, everybody. This is Ed, and welcome back to another edition of Bagel and Booze. We're at the end of Decem-beer. We're at the end of the year, hence the background. No, it's not quite New Year's Eve yet, but we're close enough, and probably not going to get another review in before the end of the year. Who knows? Maybe. I doubt it. But in any event, we got one more holiday brew review for you. Man, already a little tongue twisted. Not even into the beer yet, so we'll see how this at one goes. But in any event, like I said, we got a holiday brew review for you. We're going to dip into a little bit of backyard brew for this one because this one is coming from my home state of Delaware. But before we get into that, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date for the latest reviews. So let's get into it. On this week's edition of Bagel and Booze, like I said, we're keeping it in the home state for backyard brew, and where we're going to Dewey Beer Company. We've done some reviews from them before, and with this one, it fits in hopefully for the holiday theming. What is it? Well, I guess might as well bring up the Beercam. It is their holiday punch. This is a 7%er. It's a fruit smoothie beer. They have some pretty interesting combinations that I've tried before. Some definitely hits, some definitely misses on there. We're hoping this is more hit than miss. It is a fruit smoothie beer that is brewed in with sweet cherries, blood oranges, tart cranberry, and it's got lemon and lime flavoring. Guess that Sprite that you kind of mix in. This is sounding something out like a college party or a mixer gone wrong. I have no idea. Hopefully it's going to be on the good side, but it's a very interesting, definitely a lot of fruit that's in there. So hopefully that translates through. We're going to find out when we get the sniff test and the taste test and ultimately the chug test. So I guess without any further ado, let's get this thing cracked open, poured out, and start the review.
I drink and I know things.
So we got everything all poured out, and as I've come to expect out of these smoothies beer, this thing is definitely not a clear beer in any way, shape, or form. Definitely a bit of cloudiness to it. The coloring on it, when I look at it, poured it out, was expecting, I don't know, normal kind of brownish amber color, but this one definitely has more of a slight pink hue to it. I don't know, almost kind of like grapefruit, so to say. I don't know, maybe it's just the cloudiness of what's coming out of it. So with this one, I guess from a sniff. So as I just got my nose in it, that's one way to give a sniff test. So I definitely am getting kind of the tartness that's coming out in that, which I guess was the cranberry that we mentioned on there. Orange, there's a little bit, there's definitely a full cacophony, if that's the proper term, of fruit flavor that I'm getting coming through in this. Like I said, the first one that was kind of pounding through was kind of the tartness from the cranberry. I got a little bit of the orange, not really getting a lemon lime smell off of it. I don't know, I guess just the way it is. So let's give it the taste test, see which of these flavors kind of come forward, if any of the other ones come forward, and just figure it out at that. So, that thing is a mouthful. Definitely am getting the lemon and lime coming through on the taste test with that. There's definitely the tartness that I could smell. And getting it, my mouth is puckering with the first sip from here. I'm getting the orange, getting the cherry. I'm getting all the flavors that they're talking about. I guess the cranberry's coming through more in the tartness, and I guess that's what you would expect out for the flavoring with that. The lemon and lime does kind of give it that little bit of effervescence that's there. Man, I am tongue-tied today, but we'll give another sip and see if anything different comes through. But no, it's still pretty much kind of the same, and it is kind of just all those flavors kind of pushing through. It is interesting, to say the least. What they advertised on the bill for the fruit flavors that are there, they are definitely present in this beer. Shapes up pretty good. I don't know. There's just something, I guess, I don't know. There's just something on it that I can't quite put my finger on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the tartness that's coming through. But yeah, all those flavors are sitting there. So I guess as far as a rating on this one, I don't see it as perfect 5. But for this one, I guess, we'll give it a 4. I definitely like this one. There's not really anything that is really off-putting on it. Like I said, maybe the tart, I guess that's kind of keeping it from being a 5, but overall it sets up very well. Definitely a decent drinkable beer. I'm a little worried when we get into the chugging side of things with it, but all in all, it's pretty good. Good flavor, and balance of all the fruit flavors that are in there. You definitely get a back mouth feel for some of the lemon and lime that comes through. You got a little bit on the front side as well, but all the different flavors definitely kind of come through. I guess it really kind of is what you get in that swig as to kind of what you taste. As we give it one more before we head into doing the chug test, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit of everything that kind of pops through with it. So, yeah, we'll stick with it and we'll give it a 4. Decent beer that's on there. I think, again, I'm not a huge fan of the tart, the sourness that's there. So I think that's kind of keeping me from giving it a full 5. But all in all, outside of that, it's definitely decent beer. If you like the sart, geez, man, I swear, this is the first one, and I'm already tongue-tied, not even finished the beer. But if you like that sour and tart style of beer, this one will probably be right up there for you. It's very drinkable, very sippable, and we're going to find out if it's very chuggable. So we got everything all topped off, and we're about ready to give it the chug test. As I said, a little nervous on this one. I have a feeling I may not finish the chug on this because of the tartness. I think it's just going to pucker up so much, and it's going to prevent me from finishing it. But there's only one way to find out. Bottoms up. Almost. Yeah, the tongue is tingling off of that one. As I can barely get out words. It is not chuggable. The tartness, it just was building up as we were getting down towards the end. Might have been able to power through if buckled down and dug in deep, but I just could not. And it was too much to overcome. That tartness just kind of just continued to build and build and build. And interestingly enough, like I said, the kind of the lemon and lime flavoring, the tingliness, the citric acid, whatever, there's probably not really in there, but that feeling just kind of built in addition to the puckering. Also got the tingling feeling building up on the tongue. I don't know how to describe it. It just the way I could describe it. So this one, like I said, was a little worried about the chuggability of it. We tried our best. We failed. Sorry. But going back, wrapping up on this one, good solid quality beer. If you're looking for something a little different for this holiday season, I definitely recommend this. This is definitely not something that's a run in the mill. A lot of the flavorings that you get out of Dewey beer for their fruit smoothies definitely are not in your traditional flavor patterns that you would get. So, like I said, some of them are definitely hits, some of them definitely are misses. This one is, I'm going to venture to say it's on the hit side based upon the fact we gave it 4 out of 5. That's definitely a hit to me, more than a miss. But yeah, this was pleasantly surprised on this one. I was a little worried with all the different flavors that were listed, if it would just be a whole hodgepodge mess of things, but surprisingly, it was not. Pretty clean on everything. All the flavors are very well balanced, and like I said, pretty decent. So let me finish this up. Ooh, man. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, even trying that last little chugging. Man, I am lost for words on this. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, that just the tartness is. I keep going to that. Is really dinging. Any attempts to do more than just sipping or regular drinking this beer. But in any event, I'm done. This is done. We're done. And I thank you again for tuning in for another edition of Bagel and Booze. And we'll catch you in the new year. Thanks all.